What's the deal, everyone? Welcome back to the studio. I'm Jeremy Deal. Today I'm going to convince you of why this little camera right here, in my opinion, is better for creators than this, a cell phone gimbal. And no, I don't mean this cell phone gimbal in particular. I mean all of them. But either way, don't get me wrong. I understand why you would buy a cell phone gimbal. Hell, obviously, I even have one too. And they definitely serve their purpose well. I'm not here to say that owning one of these small gimbals is dumb or a waste of money, or try and pretend like they're not useful at all. Obviously, I use mine quite often. They're a fairly cheap option that pairs with the camera we already own in our pockets, and for that reason, it's a good reason to own one. I'll just set this over here for a minute. But if the budget you have for gear is limited, and you can only choose one of these two options right here, hopefully this video will help you choose wisely, spend your budget in the most economical way possible. Because I can tell you right off the bat, I keep both the cell phone gimbal and the Insta360 in my vehicle at all times. And I reach for this camera, this one, right here that I got my hands on. Yeah, I'm touching it finally. 98% of the time. Now keep in mind, the majority of the videos I create are for real estate marketing agencies. So most of my reference tips will come from that industry in particular, but that does not mean the information is limited to creators in that space. These points should apply to all use cases. I want to first talk about the biggest reason you want to use the Insta360 ONE RS 1-inch 360 edition. And that's the fact that you're creating both traditional horizontal and vertical video at the same time. Let me get a little closer and bring the camera in case you didn't hear, right here. Let me say that just in case it didn't sink in. You're creating vertical and horizontal content at the exact same time. I just saw a bug fly by my head. You don't need two separate cameras, or you don't need to film multiple clips with different orientations. With the Insta360, it's as simple as the click of an aspect ratio change in the software, and you can create just about any aspect ratio your heart's desire, all from the exact same clip. For me, as a real estate creator, it means I can deliver both orientations for agent walkthroughs with the exact same camera, the exact same take. Man, honestly, it's basically the exact same edit too. It really is that easy. I know it must sound like some old infomercial here. Buy now and you'll get one free. Hell, if that was the option, I would buy one now and get that one free. But once I realized this one simple trick, it really opened up a whole new reason for agents to book me over the next guy. The next reason I'd pick the Insta360 over the cell phone gimbal is because of the sensor size. It's larger than almost every cell phone sensor out there, and it's specifically designed for this purpose with all the software to enhance what you create. Cameras and phones are way better than they were with those old Nokia bricks, but they still don't look as good, and they do not change exposure as smoothly as the Insta360 does in auto. Not only that, having the camera and SD cards devoted directly to the cause of creating means no dealing with moving things from your phone to online storage and back to a computer, or running out of space on site because you've downloaded too many apps. And if you like this video so far, you want to do me a solid, press that like button down below. And if you really like my style, sub to the channel would be pretty righteous. You can also support me by joining my membership, where you get access to videos and full real estate edits, and those other things I can't really put out here on my public page, if you know what I mean. You can also check out some of my prints. Everything from my digital art, both my award-winning series on human form, corpus, and stratum, back to my original photography roots. And if you don't want to do any of that, well, that's cool too. Thanks for watching so far, and let's get back into the video. Now, for the smaller stuff and why I choose this camera over the cell phone gimbal, and that first small reason is the steadiness of the shot itself. I don't know why, but I find this camera on its own to create smoother video clips than any cell phone gimbal out there. I don't know how they do it, but the fourth axis of you moving up and down from walking is way less noticeable in this video than it is from every other gimbal almost. Even from me, a guy who's been using gimbals on site for a lot of years. It's better if you're new than you'll ever get with a gimbal. I also really prefer the ability to reframe shots in post when needed. And that's only an option with this camera because, again, that 360 capture. One more thing your cell phone is just not doing. Overall, The Insta360 ONE RS 1-inch 360 edition is most definitely a higher price point than any cell phone gimbal out there. But in my opinion, again, the reduction in time on site and post-production paired with the higher quality, ease of use, and much wider range of shot styles and applications you can get from just this one camera and clip puts the camera as a no-brainer. Take it from me, a guy who bought a cell phone gimbal, and then bought an Osmo, and then a year later bought another cell phone gimbal, and a year after that finally got this one. And I haven't really picked it up ever since I got this Insta360. It's your money, spend it where you think is most useful, and never spend more of it than you have, even if my argument so far has been uber compelling. Affiliate links down below, you know all the jazz. Keep rocking and rolling, enjoy what you're doing, make smart business decisions, and consider this over another cell phone gimbal purchase, and you'll be way happier with it in the long run. Catch you next time.